Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about self-help books, and I'm going to be listing the 4 books you most definitely need to read in 2018. So the first book I'm going to talk about is called Mass Influence: The Habits of Highly Influential People, and it's written by Teresa Day Krobos, I don't want to mispronounce her name, and Karen Rowe. And this book is just about how to use your natural ability. If you're the type of person who people listen to you when you speak, if you are the type of person who really demands the attention of the room, she explains how you can maneuver that gift, that natural ability, into something practical and use it for growing a business or starting a company with different people or getting people to come together for a nonprofit or different things like that. It's really explaining how influence works, getting people to do things, and not in a manipulative sort of way, but using integrity when you offer people a service or something, just the same way they call YouTubers and Instagrammers influencers, because they've built this camaraderie with their audience. They have a relationship with these people. People trust them. They trust their opinion. If they say a product is good and they use it and they say, hey, go buy this, 9 times out of 10 people are going to go and purchase that product. This book talks about exactly that, how to use that in an integral sort of way, and the importance of having that skill on any job in order to see growth and expansion. Book number 2 is The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley and William D. Bonk. This book, you guys, oh my goodness, changes your entire outlook on finances and building wealth and having just a millionaire mind, and it is such a good book. I feel like it's information that we definitely should have just learned in school. It seems common sense as you read the book, but you find out that a lot of people don't have it, and it really breaks down the spending patterns of people in America. It shows us how susceptible we are to marketing. It's not going to give you a how-to guide of how to build wealth, but it definitely shows you a blueprint of what has worked for people in the past. And so you can go in with your own ideas of how you spend money. You can speak with your spouse about how you guys see each other in retirement, or what it is your personal goals are, and then you can build your own strategy and your own plan, and then you can go and get other books that will explain exactly how to do that, how to get an IRA and all of that stuff. This book isn't going to tell you about that, but it's definitely going to give you a wealth of information. It's going to give you incredible views on money and finances and how to spend your money wisely, and the difference between being a poor accumulator of wealth and being a high accumulator of wealth, and showing the difference in that the more money you make doesn't necessarily mean the more wealthy you will be, and showing how trading your time for money isn't the best way to build wealth, and how if you find a value that people want and you provide that value, the amount of money you can make is limitless. It really is a really good book. I would highly suggest you guys read that if you're been lately interested in learning about finances, if you're just getting started on that path of trying to set up your IRA accounts, especially if you're in your late 20s and you got a little bit of a late start. Definitely a good book to read. Amongst other finance books, of course, it wouldn't be the only book you read, but I definitely think if you start with this book, the other books that you read will make sense. The book I'm going to suggest is for my actors out there. It's called Self-Management for Actors by Bonnie Gillespie. And you guys, she takes the sort of hands-off approach completely out of the game. So a lot of times we'll say things like, it's who you know and it's just luck. Let me tell you guys, it is not. She puts it all into strategy, and it's just like any other career. It's like, if I want to be a doctor, I'm obviously not going to go and hang out with people who drive race cars. I'm going to surround myself with people in the medical field. I'm going to learn from them. I'm going to get mentors and different people who can help me get to where I'm trying to go. And it's the same thing in the actors field and in entertainment. You want to get around the people who can make the difference, and not just people who are ahead of you because you're trying to climb the tier, but your peers as well. You want to get around people who are where you are at this moment, and they're in the trenches with you, and you can encourage each other. You can share casting calls with each other, different things that you do. She talks about this show Bible thing where you just put a wealth of information in, and how you can really zero in on a person that you want to work with. Everything is not just up in the air like, oh, I just would love to do something and I'm just gonna keep showing up until something happens. She puts the ball back in your court. You feel so empowered when you read this book. I mean, you feel overwhelmed because it's a lot of work, but you feel super empowered to not just feel like, well, the cards are in everybody else's hand and you're just kind of sitting around just waiting for your turn. But this book really kind of changes your mindset about all of that. It's going to be overwhelming. You're going to feel like, God, is this what I have to do? But long gone are the days where people just get discovered in a grocery store, because the competition is endless. Because for one, you don't have to be in LA or New York. You can send in submissions from all over the country. You know, everything is digital now. So you definitely have to put a little bit of extra oomph in it. It talks about marketing, which a lot of us hate to do. I'm an actor. I get it. I feel you. I just want to act. But it definitely gives you an understanding of why you have to understand the business side of this as well. Because essentially you're running your own business and you are the product. So it teaches you how to brand yourself and how to sell yourself as the best product on the market. And then get people to come to you instead of you chasing after everybody else. It teaches you how to set yourself It teaches you how to set yourself up in that way so that you are the one in demand and you are the one calling the shots. As you can obviously tell, I love this book, so you guys, and it's so good. I highly suggest you guys go out and get it. The next book I'm going to talk about is The Hollywood Commandments by Pastor Devon Franklin. Now, this is the one book that was written by a man of faith, so that perspective shines through a lot in the book. So I will, just as a precursor to anybody who's intending to read it, but it's not overwhelming, it's not overpowering. It's really something that everybody can learn from, everybody can take from, regardless of your, religious background or anything like that. So I would highly suggest you get the book. Now, if you have already read Juiced by Faith, his first book, it's very similar. So I would say if you're somebody like me, I'm super inspired by him. He actually came to a conference that was in Virginia Beach back in 2015. And I kind of sat up on the edge of my seat the entire time. And it really shifted my entire scope of things, because I was working a 9-to-5. I was very content, actually. And it just kind of sparked something back in me. And I've been doing this ever since. And it has gone incredibly so far. And so I'm super excited about that. So I've been following him. And so before the book even came out, I watched the commandment videos that he did. And I think he did one once a week leading up to the book. I feel like if you read a book after that, it can be redundant, but if you didn't watch those videos, it'll all be new information for you, and it's really, really good. It talks about how to maneuver in the corporate world in ways that people don't teach you about in a regular business school, because they're going to teach you things from a fact and figures point of view, and Pastor Franklin is going to come at you from a morality position and how to humble yourself and how to serve in a place where everybody wants to be served. When you show up and you're the servant and you don't have your hands out and you're not asking for anything, but you're always willing to give something, people are going to take notice of that. People are going to like that. They're going to look for you. They're going to call you. They're going to appreciate you. And bam, that's your connection. That's your way of networking. And yeah, people don't like to be used. And in this business, I mean, obviously it's give and take. I have this thing here for you, okay, I can give you this. But if people feel you kind of don't want to make people feel cheap and like you're just trying to take something from them and you don't have an even exchange or anything to offer, then that's going to get old. People will notice that, and then people will try to avoid you. And this book really talks about how to handle yourself just as a person and professional in an environment like Hollywood. You can grow the ranks quickly by being hardworking, passionate, having good work ethic, and then being willing to serve. So it's a really good book. Make sure you check that out. And that is all the books that I have for you today, guys. As always, be sure to subscribe, to leave a comment, like the video so that I know that you liked it. And if you guys are interested in purchasing one of these books, please use one of the links down in the description bar below. Are affiliate links, and that will be one way that you can support my channel if you enjoy this content, so that I can continue to create it for you. As this coming Thursday, so be sure to come back for Monologue Thursday. This month we're going to be doing all African American activists and artists of our time, and this Thursday we're going to be doing Angela Davis, and I'm super excited to share this content with you guys. So be sure to come back, and I will see you then. Bye. Yes, guys, so the tiny house movement intrigued me, and I definitely wanted to give it a try. We've been doing it for about a year. When we first started, it was just me, my husband, and my 4